And tonight, the Attorney General of the United States is under subpoena. The Washington Post reports the House Oversight Committee has subpoenaed Attorney General Pam Bondi as part of its probe of the Justice Department's investigation into deceased sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, ordering her to testify before the panel on April 14th. If Bondi honors the subpoena, she would face committee members' questions in a closed-door session that could turn contentious, given the volatile nature of the Epstein case and Bondi's demonstrated willingness to engage lawmakers in verbal combat. A Justice Department official, however, quickly dismissed the subpoena as pointless, declining to say whether the Attorney General would comply. In his letter today to Pamela Bondi, Republican House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer wrote, "The committee has questions regarding the Department of Justice's handling of the investigation into Jeffrey Epstein and his associates and its compliance with the Epstein Files Transparency Act. As Attorney General, you are directly responsible for overseeing the department's collection, review, and determinations regarding the release of files pursuant to the Epstein Files Transparency Act, and the committee therefore believes that you possess valuable insight into these efforts." Joining us now is Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna of California. He's a member of the House Oversight Committee. Congressman Khanna, it is your law, the bill that you got passed, the Epstein Files Transparency Act, that the Attorney General seems to have violated repeatedly. That presumably would be the center of your questioning if she shows up for this this questioning.
Absolutely. And Lawrence, the important thing here is it's not Thomas Massie and I writing to Pam Bondi or subpoenaing Pam Bondi. It is Jim Comer, the Republican chair, issuing this subpoena. And there were many Republicans who joined in the vote to subpoena Bondi. That means they are losing confidence in her in complying with the law. Now, she's scrambled. She is coming apparently to our committee tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Behind closed doors to suddenly brief our committee. She hasn't been willing to answer any questions. Now her and Blanche are going to come to brief the committee. So it'll be interesting to see what she says at that briefing.
So was that arranged just because this subpoena was issued?
Certainly seems coincidental. The day the subpoena goes out, we are informed today that Pam Bondi wants to come tomorrow to meet with us. I mean, Thomas Massie and I have been requesting a meeting for months with her and Blanche to be able to protect the survivors. The committee has been requesting a meeting for months. Suddenly, now that she has a threat of a subpoena, she's coming to meet us because she knows that the theatrics won't work. Closed doors under deposition. The reality is that she would be asked questions under oath by lawyers, that she would be subject to the penalty of perjury. And that will haunt her long after she's Attorney General. So my sense is she's coming tomorrow to try to diffuse the subpoena, but I doubt that she's going to be able to convince Republicans to have her not comply.
So this is breaking news about her reaction to this, to get a subpoena and then say, oh, let me talk. I mean, that is really the equivalent of, getting indicted or something and trying to plea bargain right away. So is the full committee invited into this discussion with her tomorrow?
That's my understanding. And yes, it is quite a breaking news because I just learned about this a few hours ago. My understanding is she's coming closed doors behind the full committee with Blanche, and she wants to brief our committee. We've been asking for this briefing for months, and she has not been willing to give it. And my hope is that Comer is going to pursue her subpoena with the same relentlessness that he pursued the Clintons. The reality is she needs to answer basic questions under oath, questions such as why were 3 of the witness interviews about the woman who accused President Trump of rape when she was 13, why were they withheld? Why have so many of the documents been scrubbed back in March and concealed the identity of rich and powerful men whose survivors have named in the 302 forms? Why did you refuse to meet with the survivors or their lawyers when you were releasing these files? Why did you refuse to take a meeting to protect their identity? There are a lot of questions that we have of her and that she's going to have to answer under oath. And my sense is she doesn't want to do that.
Congressman Ro Khanna, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.